Hey, what's up guys, so much Richard here. Today's serious video is going to be a fun video today. And first, right off the bat, Warner Music, Baltics literally teased something about Guiding Light. On November 21st, a documentary video will also premiere, so stay tuned. So I think on November 21st, there's going to be a Guiding Light documentary, which I just cannot wait for, guys. I do think it's going to be on Foy's channel. But I just love the song so much, Guiding Light, yeah. When I need to get home, you're my guiding light. You're my guiding light. I cannot wait for I do think it's going to be like a mini documentary of them recording a song. Ed, Foy, Keith and Elton recording the song, which I just cannot wait for. And yeah, guys, I'm so looking forward to that. Yeah, a little tease from Warner Music, Baltics and that. And yeah, guys, let's get straight on with the actual video now. Let's go. Ed posted on Instagram and his community post on YouTube. He said this is gonna be my last final thing I release for a while. Certainly my final collab for a very long time. It's time to knuckle down into the next big album mode. Yeah. And then what a fitting way by stopping with one of my favorite artists of all time, meaning the collab with Guiding Light on Thursday. And then near the ending of the caption, he said, "See you sometime next year when we press play again on Pop, and have a good holiday season." So yes, guys, press play once again. Ed teasing again with Play, the next main album. And the first of the 5 series, the music remote play that we've been long theorizing about, guys. And also, it's going to be Ed's last collab for a very long time with Guiding Light, with Foy, Ed, Elton, and Keith Urban, which is just crazy to think about. Yeah. So yeah, Play of course will come. I do think it could come early to mid 2024, as which I just can't wait for. Why do I think that could be Ed's last collab for a very, very long time? It's because of one Jose, J Balvin. That's why I think it's going to be Ed's last collab for a long time. That like a collab album with J Balvin, it just makes sense in my eyes, pretty much. With the J Balvin collab project being Ed's next collab, an entire album with J Balvin has to be next. That has to be the next collab. But also, what about Cradle of Filth or like Quankface and that? But sadly, not yet. I don't think. But I think one exception with the collab within the next year will be Taylor Swift's Endgame, Taylor's version. I think on her Reputation, Taylor's version, I think will be the exception of the collab within the next year, I think. But after that, I think it will be the J Balvin album, because it's the entire album with J Balvin, and then some other little collabs in there as well. Also, here again from the Rolling Stone article, there is, as it turns out, yet another completed album waiting in their wings. A collaboration with reggaeton superstar J Balvin. They knocked the whole thing out last year, after Sheeran randomly encountered Balvin, Jose he calls him, in a hotel gym a couple of years earlier. The album is all ready to go with complete shot videos, but again with no release in sight. He plays a track that bridges Afropop and reggaeton with Burna Boy, joining him and Balvin. Another Balvin production is a collaboration with Daddy Yankee, with Sheeran singing a hook between rapped verses. Yet another is a slower reggaeton song where Sheeran actually raps in Spanish. "I wrote it in English," he says, and they translated it in the studio. There are collaborations with Pharrell Williams and Shakira as well. Turns out Sheeran has been writing for her next album too, because why not? All that on the Rolling Stone article that Ed did earlier on this year, when Ed was, literally promoting some tracks earlier on this year as well. And also, guys, literally, I think earlier on in the week that it was announced that Ed was playing in Brazil in September 2024. Rock in Rio, Brazil 2024. I'm not sure which date. I think like mid-September maybe. But imagine that the promotion of the J Balvin album starts being promoted in September next year, guys. Just imagine that Ed's finally back in South America. It would be perfect fit because, of course, J Balvin is from Colombia, South America. You know, as this album, I think the target demographic audience is Spanish, South American reggaeton fans. You know, which is just going to be so amazing. And then when Ed fully tours in South America, maybe very late 2024, maybe Ed's got a couple of other shows in Brazil. Who knows, guys? Who knows? Or in South America. And then when the tour announcement of 2025, maybe potentially, that maybe early 2025, late 2024, we could maybe potentially get the J Balvin collab album. Who knows, guys? Who knows? Yeah, nothing is confirmed, of course, guys, but of course, me just theorising and speculating that Play comes out early to mid 2024, the J Balvin collab album late 2024, early 2025, that it's normally summertime around that time, like late 2024, early 2025, I think, yeah, as it will be perfect fitting, in my opinion, for Ed and J Balvin to release the collab album together, and that would be the perfect reason why Ed is not doing any more collabs for a year. I think a year. Up until the J Balvin collab album comes out, where literally like collab with J Balvin and then Burna Boy, Pharrell Williams, Shakira as well, Daddy Yankee as well, which I just cannot wait for this collab album. I've been waiting since See Game Forever My Love came out, since March 2022, which I just cannot wait for. And then of course the music videos have already been shot as well. I think like 5 music videos in 3 days. Yeah, wait. Yeah, three amazing days, 5 incredible music videos, and an absolute honor being Ed Styler, So Humble and Kind Time for Sleep, which was shot in Miami in early 2022 as well, which I just cannot wait for this album. And also Play is going to be a pop album, back to pop for Ed next year as well, and it'll be perfect fitting after Play, the J Balvin collab album, which I just cannot wait for. Yes. Also, when Ed and J Balvin first announced See Game Forever My Love, literally they both did a collab post together, just a story of them meeting like in the hotel gym, and then looking at each other's tattoos, and then, so I was in New York at Christmas for shows, so we decided to have one day in the studio that led to so much more, which you'll find out about soon. And then at the end of Ed's bit, hope you guys love it as much as I do, and look out for more to come. I cannot wait for this album, guys. It's almost been 2 years. 2 years in March since we got See Game Forever My Love, and hopefully them 2 songs are going to be on the album, you know, which I just love it so much, yeah. Also, I'm going to play quite a few interviews from Ed and J Balvin now. I hope you guys can put up with it. You know, literally both of them just teasing the album, both together. And here's the first one from March of 2022, when the concert for Ukraine, and Ed first teasing about the album. Let's go.
You're doing quite a lot of collaborations at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the cameras are going to be able to pick them up.
Oh, the
But
Balvins.
Ed is currently wearing some J Balvin exclusives. These are his own trainers that he gave to you, right?
Yeah, well, they're not. Thankfully, they're not his that he wore. They were new when I got them. No, but you know, I spent like 4 years making Equals, and now it's out. I sort of said to my manager and record label, I was like, 2022, just let me do whatever the hell I want, because usually it's like, I'll have an album out, and I'll want to do a feature with someone, and because it'll clash with the single that's coming out, or this, and stuff gets moved, and then it gets forgotten about. And I just said to my label manager, just 2022, let me do whatever the hell I want, features wise or records wise. I've got like a couple of projects coming out this year, and it's just going to be a year of having fun. Like there's zero pressure on anything this year.
That is what I love about you so much. With the collaborations especially, they don't feel contrived in any way. This very much feels like the music you want to make, the collaborations you want to have.
Yeah.
The J Balvin link up in particular is fascinating. How did you guys decide to make a tune together?
We met in the gym. I was in New York, staying at a hotel, and my daughter gets up really early, so I was up early. And I went downstairs to work out, and it was empty, and there was just this one bloke there in the corner on a cross trainer, and I just heard his accent. And I was like, oh, he's not English.
Very distinctive
you could tell that.
voice.
But I heard him say Spotify, and then I looked and I was like, that's J Balvin. And then I went over, stood behind him, and he was Googling me. So just to check if it was me. So we just started chatting, and this was early in the morning. We chatted till like 11 a.m. Then got coffee, then had lunch, and then chatted all afternoon, and then had like afternoon tea. And then we're just kind of like, I'll see you later. And then just every now and then we'd catch up. And then he was in New York and I was in New York, and we went into the studio for a day, made 3 songs. And then he said to me, oh, if we make one more song, we can make it an EP. And I was like, well, if we make 10 more songs, we can make it an album. And now we've got this long project of lots. It's very interesting. It kind of spans lots of genres.
No, I just made an album that's coming up next year with Ed Sheeran.
Yeah.
And it just happened. I met him in the gym. Let's have some coffee. And then we have coffee and they start talking about life, not even about music. And that ended up with an album of like 18 songs.
Y'all got 18 songs.
Yeah, that's gonna be next year.
What's the vibe?
Oh no, the vibe is crazy because there's a big producer, the big DJ right now called Fred again. Mm-hmm. He produced the whole album.
Fred is he's blowing up.
So it's cool that we got one of the hottest new DJs and producers in the world, and I didn't know that was coming.
Yeah. It just kind of
Ed
came
Sheeran,
from
Ed brought the guy, and I'm like, oh, he's dope. And now, doing the headlining Coachella, I'm like, okay, we're blessed.
Right.
So, yeah, we have this album coming out.
Oh, you shocked me. Yo, you know Ed Sheeran. He made Ed Sheeran sing in Spanish.
Yes,
how the fuck
did.
you do that shit? Yo?
Man, I told him.
You taught Ed Sheeran how to sing that shit?
I was like, listen, bro, like, I want you to make a statement, I want you to do this in Spanish. And he's a great musician, man. So he got things.
Ed Sheeran, man, how was that to work with him?
You know Ed?
Amazing. Yeah.
What does he say? How does he say it?
You got him on a few songs, not just one, like a couple.
We did a whole album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The album is not out yet.
Oh, shit.
But we did 20 songs.
Talk to us about the collabs that you've done with Ed Sheeran. How did you two meet?
Ed Sheeran, it's funny because we met at the gym, getting to know each other. And after that, we had a great connection and we made an album together. An album.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
You were just on the phone. Were you on the phone to Ed Sheeran? Was you FaceTiming him? Is that what?
Yeah, I was talking with he's one of my closest friends in the business. So, and we actually have a new album coming up next year. The fact that he's speaking and he's singing in Spanish also.
Wow.
It's great. 18 tracks, 18 songs. I know he's really massive here, so I'm so happy for him also. So yeah, it's a lot of new beautiful projects, and it's gonna be crazy.
I've heard that maybe there's an Ed Sheeran collaboration in the works as well.
It is. We have a new album coming up next year.
An album, collab album?
Yeah, a whole album.
Oh, that's amazing.
Whole album. We recorded in France, in Paris, and it's really something that is super unexpected. The fact we did a whole album. We started doing 2 songs. We met on a hotel. I was in the gym. He was in the gym.
That's where you guys met at the gym.
At the gym. So I was like, I saw a guy on the treadmill. I was like, is that a Sheeran? So I saw his left arm. So I Googled his
tattoos.
left arm. Yeah, I was like, you see. And he also was Googling me my tattoos. We had this immediately connection. Then we had coffee. We talked. We started having a really a cool relationship. And after that, we said well, when we're gonna do music? And he was like, well, why don't we make an album then? I'm like, of course. So it was that organic, and I think it's gonna be such a huge statement.
So with the information that we got from the interviews is that there's going to be 18 songs that J Balvin was saying that is going to be it's going to make a statement hopefully, and then with Ed saying that they're going to span so many different genres in that as well. And the album as well, and then they was going to make an EP, but Ed said, let's make an album, which J Balvin said there's around 18 songs maybe another two with CK and Forever My Love in there as well. Yeah, and also Fred again produced most of the album as well, or practically the entire album. I just love it when Fred again produces Ed stuff, and I cannot wait to hear all the songs that what Ed and J Balvin's been working on. Hopefully this time next year. Yeah, when Ed goes to South America, maybe tease it in Rock in Rio. Who knows, guys? Who knows? That would be amazing if J Balvin comes out, Rock in Rio, Brazil. That would be amazing, guys. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed all them interviews with Ed and J Balvin. Teasing the upcoming collab album whenever they're gonna release it. And I do think that is gonna be Ed's next collab. The entire collab album with J Balvin after Play. I cannot wait for this album. I can't wait for Play either. I can't wait for all the music to come and that. Yeah, I just can't wait. And also tonight and tomorrow night is the last days of Autumn at Royal Albert Hall, where Ed's going to literally play all of Autumn Variations live from Magical to Head and Heels, which is going to be so magical. If you guys are there, I hope you guys have a good time. Sadly, I'm not going to be there, sadly. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good time, whoever's there. And yeah, and if you guys enjoy this video of me just talking about my theories and speculations, like with Play, I do think Play could come early to mid 2024. And then J Balvin collab album maybe near the end of 2024, where J Balvin said it will be out next year. But we don't know yet, guys. We don't know yet. Or even at the latest early 2025 or even when Ed goes to South America, maybe Ed will start teasing it when he's in Rock in Rio in Brazil next year, next September, hopefully, potentially. And yeah, guys, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.